Our guy is back, Denzel Curry,
Yes.
Cruz Show, Power 106.
What up?
What up? Good, my guy. Good to see you, bro. Have you met Cece?
No,
but
Cece the Mamacita?
we were talking, off air, and he's awesome. He's amazing, and I just love his album cover.
Yo, Taboo, Taboo.
Word.
You guys got to really peep this album cover. It's art. To me,
Yep.
it's like, this is art.
Still shot from the video, right? Clout
I didn't know
Cobain.
it was a still shot. I thought it was a photo.
I mean,
if you haven't
technically,
seen the video, right? 30 million people have already seen it on YouTube. Congratulations, my guy.
Thank you. This
That's
is my
insane.
That's my most viewed video, actually.
Right?
Yeah.
It's good
crazy.
stuff. So at the end, this is spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but yeah, he kind of just wipes it off like enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about Clout Cobain and the video and what it means. Because is it now? Correct me if I'm wrong here, my guy, but I've always been able to be honest with you. Is it shots fired at a generation of rappers?
I mean,
And you are in this generation.
really, it's just a circus to me. Like, I'd leave it up to the viewer to interpret.
Got it.
You know?
Got it. Yeah.
'Cause
There
this
is a
art.
ringmaster in the video, right? There is
there is.
and there's clowns, I guess.
Yeah.
And the clowns are some of the cats that we know of now. Am I right?
I mean, that's if you interpret it that way.
See, I'm looking
like
into
when we
it way
came
deep, dog.
Like me, I just like we did this. Just it's like an art piece. You
Sure.
feel me? It's up to the public. It's not for me to explain. We just did it.
Awesome.
It's up to the public to pretty much judge it themselves and see what I'm talking about.
Now, if you were watching it though, as a fan, how would you?
I would be
interpret
like,
it?
this is what's happening right now. I don't think it's a shot towards anybody. I just think it's like, this is literally what's going on. And I'm just showing you what's going on.
Sure.
And the reason why it's such a creepy video, because for one thing, I wanted all my videos to be bizarre. That's Vengeance is bizarre.
I like that. I like that.
Like I wanted, with this particular album, I wanted all the videos to be bizarre because I know how bizarre this album is when it goes from night, like, hey, and then it goes completely dark.
can get very dark, sure,
It
yeah.
turned very dark and creepy.
But dark for a reason and creepy for a reason.
Yes, everything is dark and creepy for a reason, but the reason why it's scary because it's real.
Yep. I like the line. I just want to feel myself. You want me to kill myself.
Gee.
What's that about?
Okay, well, I want to feel myself like, I just want to be able to feel myself, be confident, be good at what I do, and just like do what I got to do. But you want me to kill myself.
Who
as
wants
in,
you
like,
to kill yourself?
Just people. Either I break my back for them, just like, which is killing myself because I'm trying to make you happy, which is killing me, or just the fact that you don't like me for no particular reason, or you just hate me.
Or maybe they like you because you're feeling yourself. You know what I mean? Some people, don't
Dig
like
it.
that. Yeah, they don't like the self-confidence.
Exactly. So you want me to kill myself because you're
Because you believe in yourself.
No, yeah, exactly. You're projecting all your negativity on me, expecting
So
me
true.
to break, and I'm not trying to break, and I'm not going to break.
And there's no beef when it comes to Denzel Curry, right? I think you made a vow to
way.
stop with that shit, right?
Nah, there's no beef. There's no beef with no one. Even when I did have beef with people, I ended it the next day. It was
Right.
I don't care. I said what I have to say. It ain't no beef. I'm just gonna tell you what's real. You feel me?
Any plans on getting face tats?
No.
No, why?
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about getting a neck tat, a chest tat, but not a face tat. Not my deal. It's not my deal. And when it comes down to tattoos, period, like they all gotta mean something. Like
You got to get Batman tatted on you, my guy.
Nah. I'm not gonna get. Dude, we were just talking about Batman. Dude.
You and Garcia.
We were just talking about Batman.
The last time he was here, him and Kid Ink had the nerdiest conversation about Batman. Yes.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
yo.
And the outfits
No.
and the different costumes. I don't know.
Hey man, no room to judge. I'm a nerd. I'm just like,
We're all nerds, man.
Right,
you know what I
in
mean?
some form.
And everyone's dealing with something. Everyone is struggling with some type of battle, whether it be physical or internal, right?
Right, right.
And the album, you address so many issues, and you're right. It goes from light to dark very quick, right?
Exactly.
These issues you've dealt with.
I mean, majority, yeah, but majority was situations that some of my friends and like peers and even people in the rap game dealt with, and I just put stuff that I dealt with, stuff that my peers dealt with, just put it into one album because everybody, is pretty much hurt in some type of way.
Sure.
Is it mental, physical, or emotional? So I put it out there. So for everybody to listen to, hopefully they'll gravitate towards it and relate to it, and that's why I made this album this way because I wanted to tackle subjects that nobody in the game was tackling at the time, and that's what separated this record apart from everything else.
Okay, some of the subjects, Cece and I were talking about this as well.
Yeah, some of them are heavy, but I feel like they do need to be touched. You know what I mean? Fame, revenge, love, molestation, suicide. I'm like, wow, this is deep, but somebody needs to talk about it.
Someone needs to say it, dog.
Because these are topics that everybody deals with.
Is that why the album is called Taboo? Because these are topics that people don't want to talk about.
People don't talk about. And I put a 13 because 13 is an unlucky number and it's unfortunate. And I made it
Taboo 13. Taboo 13. Isn't he from Black Eyed Peas? Yeah, right.
Yo, I put a 13 in the middle as a B, so it's supposed to represent, just,
I get it.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and the digital copy is out, doing very well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then the official album comes out Friday.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
and then we're already selling out shows. Denzel Curry, congratulations.
Hey.
Yes,
we out selling shows. We're performing. We're collaborating with Urban Outfitters and so many more. Right?
Yeah, man. Even artists is coming out the woodwork and giving me appreciation. So like people like YBN Corday, I've been working with him. Shout out to Joe Budden. I didn't work with Joe Budden. He just bigged up the album, and I respect that.
That takes a lot.
Yeah,
it takes a lot.
Because Joe don't normally give that stamp of approval. Not just to anybody.
Joe just shitted on his former boss. You feel me? On Eminem.
He shitted on him?
Yeah. Well, he just said what he felt. It was his opinion, and he says basically Eminem is trash.
But they homies.
I thought they were. He kind of sounded like a disgruntled.
I mean, if you my homie, and you tell me some shit like that, I know it's coming from a good place.
Right.
You feel me? Because
they care enough to tell you the truth.
To tell you the truth, It's not like you're saying, this is the best shit ever,
Ah, I see what you're trying to do here. I totally get it.
Somebody
my guy.
who's just honest with you.
Yep.
Without, the bullshit.
Now,
basically.
were these conversations these issues and conversations that you're dealing with on Taboo, right? Growing up, did you have a household? Were you in a household where you were able to speak your mind and share how you felt?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, my mom is the main one who's like, she's very outspoken. My father also is very outspoken, Like, my dad just, say what's on your mind. Like, my mom would be like, say what's on your mind. Because every time my mom would get on one of us, like, me and my brothers would team up to go at my mom.
We doing this as a team, bro.
Right?
No, because we
my ass whooped, you get your ass whooped.
No, me and my brothers was like go at each other, but when our mom steps into the play, like we're all like, okay, we could be on teams on this. And we have family meetings. That's one thing about my household. Like, my mom and my parents, like, we have family meetings. We like, we all got to have talks, like, what's going
dope,
on.
Though.
Every time we had a family meeting, and I remember it used to give me so much anxiety as a kid, right? Because it was always bad news.
Yeah.
It was always someone, like, Mexicans is a different thing. You know what I mean?
Sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, but, like, it was always bad news. It was never like, we're going to Disney World. Nah, my G.
No.
It was a family meeting.
Was always because something was going on.
Someone's getting kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
Pregnant. Someone's pregnant. Right? Someone in Mexico's dying. We all got to take a trip to go see them. It was just like, I hate family meetings. You know what I mean? And my dad wasn't really open. I mean, I knew he loved me. And we were having this conversation off the air before we got started. Like, I knew my dad loved me. He just never said it. He still hasn't said it. But I it's just something
Yeah.
He's there. He hasn't left.
Exactly.
And if you
That's
know,
how my
that
dad
means
is.
that he has made that point to show you. You know what I mean? That he loves you.
Yeah. If he would to say it to me, I don't know how I would react. I mean, I guess I would say I love you back, but it's just a weird thing. I don't know why it's so stupid. And I have brothers as well, and we don't really tell each other I love you. Why not?
I come
Why
from a
not?
household where you say it all the time.
I love that, man. I wish I had that.
I tell my brothers I love them. I tell my friends I love them.
For real, yeah.
Because, you never know, like, what's going to happen.
I know. I've recently started telling like friends. I've told Garcia the other day that I love him, and my guy Just Incredible, I say I love you, and it doesn't feel wrong. It feels fine. I just don't know how I can't say it to my brother. That's so stupid.
Nah, I don't know why. Because when I talk to my brother Mook and when I talk to my brother Man, we always talk, and they be like, after every conversation, I love you, bro. Be safe. I love you. Like, my brother, be safe. I love you, man. I can't wait to see you. Like, especially my dad never have that, I love you, but I could talk to my dad for like hours about everything.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, so your dad doesn't tell you that he loves you, but you know he loves you. Have you ever heard your dad tell your mom that he loves her?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
You know what I mean?
I've never heard my dad say it to my mom either.
Yeah.
I've never heard.
Like, my mom would tell me, like, yo, daddy like my best friend. Even though they're separated, my mom would be like, yo, daddy's still my best friend. I love your daddy.
Man,
that's
it's
dope.
like,
that does so much for you and siblings and whoever's around. You know what I'm saying? Like, that does a lot.
And then my dad, I know my dad loves my mom. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just that's what it is. Like, my dad I wouldn't say my dad is an emotional person. My dad's not like super emotional. I only seen my dad cry one time out my whole life. Once.
Damn.
I saw twice. Yeah, twice. My dad cried twice.
That's
that was
crazy.
I only see my dad cry once.
Old school mentality,
Yeah,
I guess.
I guess,
right? But
yeah.
I'm not gonna be that type of dad. You know what I mean?
I cry. I'm gonna tell you straight up.
Bro.
I cry. Like
I can cry.
I'll be
man,
real.
My God, I'll cry right now.
Right? Well, getting from our conversation, I just, get the sense that you're really, really close to your brothers. Do you play your music first for them and get their opinions on what they think?
I mean, they just hear it, but I tell them I don't really get their opinion. I just show them what I make. It's really just what I make. The one who has the
most to say, maybe.
Yeah, my mom has the most to say when it comes down to my music. Like she really critiques my music. Like she's like he's like besides me, my mom's like my worst critic. So like my mom would tell me like if she don't like something or if she likes something, and that's like one thing I appreciate because she speaks her mind about stuff. And that's where I get it from. Like I speak my mind about stuff. I just think like my father. So
that's crazy.
Right. Back to the video, Clout Cobain. So you're performing, right? You're standing in front of the camera, and you have a bunch of people with face tats and everything else in the background, right? You put a gun to your head. You pull the trigger.
Right.
What does that mean?
I mean, Kurt Cobain killed himself, right?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And nobody in this generation will appreciate you until you're dead. The moment when you're alive doing stuff, they're going to be like, you hear something? No, I don't hear anything. Oh, he came out with something? Oh, whatever. The moment you die is the moment where everybody want to acknowledge that you did something for the culture. Yeah. You did something for their lives. Everybody want to RIP about it, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that with X, and I saw that with Mac Miller as
and
well,
Lil Peep and Fredo and Jimmy. I think Jimmy Wapo as well. Mm-hmm. Like they did it.
They were good dudes, and we were planning this and we were planning that. And it was like, no one knew that.
Nobody knew.
Yeah,
nobody knew.
Nobody talked about it either.
Like especially with the X thing, because I had to go to the memorial and the funeral. Like I went through everything. So, and it was just like everybody wanted to be like, oh, you influenced me, and I'm just like, where were you guys when he was alive? Like that's my whole standpoint about it. Why you waited to say that now?
Sure, but are we supposed to think that way, or should we just be happy with the love that they're receiving?
I'm just saying, like, you should appreciate somebody before they're gone.
Yeah. Give them the flowers while they can smell them.
Exactly. Like with Lil Peep situation, that was different than the X situation because I knew X. With Lil Peep situation, my first time meeting Lil Peep was the last time I met Lil Peep, and that's what I tweeted. The first time I met you was the last time I met you.
Oh man.
Yeah, dog. That's
you feel
crazy.
me? I can't say you influenced me or anything like that. I seen the influence that you had, and I know the influence that what we were doing in the underground had on your career and everything like that. But I'm not gonna take credit for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just saying like the first time I met you was the last time I met you, but it was cool when we met. And like. It was just, that's what it was.
I feel like you acknowledged it, without doing over too much.
Yeah, I'm not doing too much. I'm literally telling you the situation.
Sure.
Of what it is. X, I knew personally. So that hit home for me.
It was deeper, yeah.
I feel that.
Yo, Urban Outfitters, are they carrying the merch? Yeah, right?
Yeah, they're carrying the vinyls. You feel me?
The vinyls
it's gonna be out.
Easy, my G.
It's gonna be out Friday.
I think it's
like front to back.
I think this is real hip hop shit, dog. Like when it's on vinyl. You feel me?
We also got them on cassette as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
You got them on cassette?
We got them on cassette.
Get out of here. That's dope.
Yo, you get that new Taboo tape? You feel me?
Right, exactly.
They be like, what am I going to do with a cassette? This is the future. Hey.
You never
Collection,
know.
bro.
Collection. Yo, when you were coming up, right, did you have that attitude like, I just want someone to hear me?
Yes.
Or did you always know, where you were going?
Dude, I knew where I was going to go. It took, when me and Mark met, he was already seeing the direction and trajectory I was going, but he knew I could take it to a step further. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Because like when my first tapes, it was like mainly, the first two tapes, I would say I was mainly influenced by like 3 6 Mafia and the old Southern rap and stuff like that. And then when I got to Strictly for My Raiders, that's when I kind of was stepping up lyrically on like a lot of tracks. Like the lyrics was getting real better, the metaphors and everything, punchlines. And then when Nostalgic happened, which is the tape that everybody raves about till this day, about how legendary it was, you know. And they would say like, dang, like you had bars on there and flows on there that was like unique at that time for especially where I was from in South Florida. Like that was like a main different thing, and then it just continued to keep going. Like each album sounds different than the last one. Like this one doesn't sound like Imperial
with progression, like, sure, yeah.
It doesn't sound like nostalgic, and then everybody want me to make like stuff like nostalgic again, and I'm like, hey bro, I'm not 17.
Buy my old shit then.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all available on iTunes.
Well, actually, nostalgic's not available.
I know
on
it's not,
iTunes.
right?
I wish it was again, bro. Because like when we put it up for sale, that was the first time, and I was like 18. I was like, I'm not gonna give this out as a mixtape. I'm gonna sell it.
Right.
And it worked. You know.
That's
Growing
dope.
up, were you checked into West Coast music at all?
Yeah, of course, man.
Checked into Pac and Dre and Snoop.
Well, my grandmother on my mom's side, like my grandma Baker,
She was gangster?
bro, she loved Tupac. My
She was
grandma
Triple OG.
loved Tupac.
Women love Tupac.
I love Pac.
You love Pac. My fiance is like, yo, that's my
There's
baby. I'm
no-
like, yo.
oh, there's nobody like
It
Pac.
was like I checked into a lot of stuff. Like my father was really into jazz. Like he's super into jazz, into jazz music.
Coltrane.
You know what's crazy? Before my grandmother died, you know who she was a fan of?
Who?
Gnarls Barkley. I was like, wow.
Crazy
Yo,
was
when
my
Crazy
shit.
came out, she was like, I love that song Crazy. I love it. And then my mom, she was like, hey, we finna go to the store and buy her this Gnarls Barkley CD. And I was like, all right, for sure.
Oh
for sure.
my God.
So we bought her the CD, and then she was like, hey, grandma, coming to the den. So we played it. She was like, what y'all giving me? All you heard was doom, 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 doom. I remember when. And everybody was like, oh. She literally like,
Oh my God,
y'all got
that's
me
a
the
moment
CD.
right there.
And little did I know, like, that my mom buying my grandma, her mother, that CD played a big role in my like life, you know?
Yeah, see, you just never know. The smallest little things can trigger so much. You know what I mean? And that it triggered you to go on and do so much. Right?
Yeah. Plus, it really triggered me to like really dig up like CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
And like I'm a fan of CeeLo Green.
Shout out to the Goody
No,
Mob.
I think he's dope.
Goody
I just,
Mob, yeah. That's
didn't know
I
maybe
went
it
back to
triggered
that.
you to be like, I
'Cause-
want to touch people like that, like the way your grandma was touched by that. You're like, man, I want to touch people like that.
Yeah,
you know?
but it was just like I like the sound of it because it was, you know, it was Danger Mouse and
Yeah,
it was
and
CeeLo.
Yeah,
and
very
then
different.
when a neighbor of mine, his name's Chris, and to this day I still owe Chris 2 CDs. And
What up,
Remember the
Chris?
first song, "Fuck You"? That was legendary.
yo,
Remember that?
that came out I think years later.
No, that was first before Crazy, I believe.
No.
Yes.
No.
Someone
no.
do the research.
No, do the research. I'm
Denzel
telling
and
you.
I are.
I'm telling you, it came.
No, Fuck
like
You was
FU
first.
came out after.
No,
I
it
wanna
was
say FU came out first.
and then it
no,
was Crazy.
FU came out after
No,
Crazy.
my G.
I'm telling you.
Hold on,
I'm
hold on,
telling
hold
you.
on.
I
We're gonna
know.
get
I remember being in Vegas when we broke that
I
song.
know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's what
That
I'm
was
thinking.
very early on.
I'm telling you.
That was
We having a Gnarls Barkley argument.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
the,
telling
hey,
you.
really
Debate
quick,
going on right
really quick.
now.
I just saw CeeLo Green. I saw him a few weeks back with Mac Miller at his show.
Oh wow.
And CeeLo, I mean, just been the same since day one. Just a very
genuine
cool
person.
dude, very genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when I think of CeeLo, now I think of Mac Miller and all that, and that was just insane. Garcia, what are the facts?
one was 2008. I'm trying to find the other one.
By the way, we do Freestyle Friday, right? And that's the reason why I bring up like coming up, and you wanted people to hear you, right?
Crazy was first.
Oh, okay.
No,
we
it
lost.
wasn't.
We lost.
2006 and then 2008.
Damn, we
I
lost.
told you. I told you.
I'm-
I know.
No, I think
I
that's
know
wrong.
for a fact.
You,
I know.
Are you debating Google?
I'm
I
debating
know.
Google and Denzel.
I'm telling you, it was first.
Damn, I could have sworn FU was first
I can
too.
admit when I'm wrong, but I still think I'm right.
Denzel Curry took this one right now.
I'm telling you, I know my music history.
I feel that. I feel you. Were you ever into? Well, I know you mentioned jazz and stuff like that, but were you ever into like rock? And were you ever into
course.
stuff like that? What kind of rock were you
I was
into?
into rock like Slayer. I was into Slayer first.
Slayer, yeah.
And then I remember when I was at the ULT house and I bought a Metallica CD just because I thought the cover would look cool. It was the Ride the Lightning album.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I got into that.
When you saw cats wearing like the Metallica shirts, were you like, man, you don't even know the words to Enter Sandman,
Yeah.
right?
I was like, y'all don't even know where I'm from, who the bell tones and all that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all
Mets or
didn't
puppets and shit.
ride the lightning. You know what I mean?
I didn't ride the lightning. Take that shirt off,
Yeah.
man.
But you know, it was just like, hey man, like that's why I don't rock tees. You know what I mean? But Yeah, I was into that. Suicidal tendencies, I was into that too.
Yeah, legendary.
Like, I think, what was that?
All I wanted was a Pepsi.
What it was? I shot Ronald Reagan.
I shot Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I love that song. And then, man,
They talking about shooting a president,
Yeah,
my
talking
G.
about
Like, you
shooting
couldn't
a
even do that
president.
now.
I can't even be in this conversation because I don't listen to rock music. I'm so
Well,
sorry.
you grew up on soul.
I grew up on soul. I grew up on oldies
Yeah.
and
and heavy metal, she calls noise.
Yeah, because it was just, to me, it was like, ah, and I'm like, oh
Well, that's
my
like
God.
death metal.
You know?
There's some dope like
Plus,
rock
like,
songs.
like Trash
Red Hot
Talk.
Chili Peppers. Are you?
I like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
You ever listen to Trash Talk?
Nope.
No,
You should listen to Trash
Shout out
Talk.
Trash Talk.
Now
I
I'm
like
gonna go,
Trash
Now
Talk.
I'm gonna go listen to Trash Talk.
You go as far back as like the Ramones and the Doors and
I mean, I didn't
Jimmy
go.
and
I didn't go that far. Like,
Right.
probably Jimmy.
Okay.
But not it's like super bad. You know who I just started to get into?
Who's that?
Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Yeah, Screaming Jay Hawkins.
I really just got into that guy. You know, like I put a spell on you, that guy. I was like,
Okay.
whoa. It's like this is like shock rock.
Yeah. I guess so, right? Like shock
More
rock,
bluesy.
very bluesy.
Very
absolutely. Are we sure that Crazy was first? All right, I'm just
on
making
this.
sure. Okay, Cruz Show, Power 106, #1 for hip hop. Denzel Curry.